Here's a Zen lesson, one that stays with you long after the story ends. There was once an old monk who lived at the foot of a mountain. Every morning before sunrise, he walked down a long dusty path to fetch water from a clear, quiet stream. He carried two pots tied to a wooden pole across his shoulders. One of those pots was perfect, flawless, shiny, strong. The other was cracked. A thin line from its rim to its base, barely noticeable from far away, but enough to make it leak a steady trail of water with every step. For years, they made this journey together, up and down the path. The perfect pot always arrived full, the cracked pot always half empty, and over time, the cracked pot began to feel ashamed. One morning, as the monk placed the pots by the stream, the cracked pot whispered, "Master, I am sorry." The monk paused. "Sorry? For what?" The pot trembled. "For failing you. Every day I lose half the water before we return. I am broken. I am imperfect. I am not worthy of the work you give me." The monk didn't answer. He simply filled both pots, lifted the pole to his shoulders, and began walking home. Halfway up the path, he suddenly stopped. "Look down," he said gently. The cracked pot looked, and for the first time, noticed the ground beneath it. There were flowers, not just a few, but a long ribbon of colors stretching up the entire path. Yellow, purple, pink, blue. Wildflowers dancing in the morning wind, as if bowing in gratitude. The monk smiled softly. "I planted seeds here years ago because I knew your crack would water them every day. You've given life to things you never even saw." The pot was silent. The monk continued. "You call yourself broken. Yet without your flaw, this path would be barren. The perfect pot carries water, but you carry beauty." He stepped forward, letting the flowers brush against his robe. "Perfection," he said, "is overrated. It is predictable. It creates nothing new, but imperfection. Imperfection is where life happens, where magic grows, where purpose is born." The cracked pot felt something it had never felt before. Not shame, not guilt, but meaning. A quiet kind of pride. A recognition that it was enough, exactly as it was. And from that day forward, the pot no longer apologized. It no longer wished to be perfect.